I have exactly $73 in my bank account. My landlord just changed the locks on my apartment. My phone is about to get shut off. I have a degree in literature that is worth less than the paper it is printed on. I am standing outside a building that costs more than I will make in my entire lifetime. It is a glass tower in the financial district. I am here for a job interview. Housekeeper. Live in. The ad said the pay was generous and housing was included. I do not want to be anyone's servant. But I do not have a choice. The elevator takes me to the top floor. The penthouse. The doors open directly into an apartment. Not an apartment. A palace. Floor-to-ceiling windows. White marble floors. Furniture that looks like it belongs in a museum. A man is standing by the window. He is wearing a suit that probably costs more than my car used to before it got repossessed. He is tall, dark hair, sharp jawline. He turns around when he hears me. He says, "You must be Theo Grant." I nod. I say, "Yes, sir. I am here for the housekeeper position." He walks toward me. His eyes move over me slowly. Too slowly. Like he is memorizing every detail. He says, "I am Adrian Sinclair. I own this place. I read your application. You have no experience in housekeeping." I say no, but I learn fast. I am organized, I am responsible, and I need this job. He tilts his head. He says, "Why do you need it?" I was not expecting that question. I say, because I am about to be homeless. Because I have no family. Because this is the only option I have left. He is quiet for a moment. Then he says, "I appreciate honesty. You are hired." I blink. I say just like that, "You do not want to check references or ask more questions." He says, "No. I have good instincts about people. You will start today. Your room is upstairs. Second door on the left. You will live here full time. I expect you to be available whenever I need you. Meals, cleaning, errands, whatever I require." He hands me a key card. His fingers brush against mine. He does not pull away immediately. He says, "Welcome to your new home, Theo." There is something in the way he says my name, something that makes my skin prickle. I take the key. I say, "Thank you, Mr. Sinclair." He says, "Call me Adrian. We are going to be living together. We should be informal." I nod. I go upstairs to find my room. When I open the door, I freeze. This is not a servant's quarters. This is a guest suite. There is a king-size bed, a walk-in closet, a private bathroom with a rainfall shower. The window overlooks the entire city. I hear footsteps behind me. Adrian is standing in the doorway. He says, "I hope this is acceptable. The staff quarters are on the ground floor, but I prefer to have you close, in case I need something in the middle of the night." I say, "This is more than acceptable. This is insane. You do not have to give me a room like this." He shrugs. He says, "I want you to be comfortable. You work for me now. Your well-being is my responsibility." He looks at me for a beat too long. Then he says, "Dinner is at 7. I expect you to join me. We can discuss your duties then." He leaves before I can respond. I sit on the bed. I look around the room. Something about this does not feel right. But I do not have anywhere else to go, so I stay. The first week is strange. My job description is simple. Keep the penthouse clean, prepare meals, handle errands. But Adrian barely lets me do any of it. When I try to clean, he says the cleaning service already came this week. When I offer to cook, he says he already ordered delivery for both of us. When I ask what he needs me to do, he just says, "Keep me company." I spend most of my time sitting in the living room reading while he works on his laptop. He does not talk much, but every so often he looks up at me. He watches me. I pretend not to notice. On day 5, he comes home with shopping bags. He sets them on my bed. I say, "What is this?" He says, "Clothes. For work. You cannot wear the same 3 outfits every week." I open one of the bags. There is a cashmere sweater inside. The price tag is still attached. $600. I say, "I cannot accept this. This is too much." He says, "It is not a gift. It is a uniform. You represent my home. You need to look the part. I say housekeepers do not wear cashmere. He says mine does. Consider it part of your compensation. I want to argue. But I look down at my worn-out jeans and my t-shirt with a hole in the sleeve. I swallow my pride. I say thank you. He smiles. It is small. Satisfied. He says try them on. I want to see if they fit. I say right now. He says yes. I will wait. I take the bags into my room. I change into the clothes. Black pants that fit perfectly. A cream-colored sweater that is softer than anything I have ever owned. I look at myself in the mirror. I look expensive. I look like I belong here. I walk back out. Adrian is sitting on the couch. He looks up. His eyes move over me slowly. He says, perfect. I knew that color would suit you. My face feels hot. I say, how did you know my size? He says I pay attention. That night at dinner, he asks me about my life. He wants to know where I grew up, what I studied, why I was kicked out of my family. I do not usually talk about these things, but something about the way he listens makes me feel safe, like he actually cares. When I finish talking, he says, your family is idiotic. You are better off without them. I say that is easy to say when you have money and security. He says money does not buy loyalty, Theo. Everyone in my life is paid to be here. Assistants, lawyers, business partners, even the woman my family wants me to marry. Everyone has a price. Everyone leaves when the check stops coming. I say, is that why you hired me? So you would have someone around. He looks at me. His expression is unreadable. He says maybe. I do not know what to say to that. 3 weeks in and the lines are completely blurred. Adrian does not treat me like an employee. He treats me like a partner, a roommate. Something else I cannot name. He insists I eat every meal with him. He asks for my opinion on business decisions. He buys me books because he noticed the genres I like. He touches me constantly. A hand on my shoulder, fingers brushing my arm, adjusting my collar. One night we are watching a movie. I am sitting on one end of the couch. He is on the other. Halfway through the movie, he shifts closer, then closer. By the end, his arm is draped over the back of the couch behind me. His fingers are playing with the ends of my hair. I do not move. I barely breathe. I do not know if this is intentional or if he does not realize he is doing it. When the movie ends, he stands up. He says, "Good night, Theo. Thank you for keeping me company." He goes to his room. I sit there for another 20 minutes trying to calm my racing heart. The next morning, there is a box on the kitchen counter. My name is on it. Inside is a new phone, top of the line. There is a note. The note says your phone was about to be shut off. You need a working phone. This one is on my plan. Do not argue. Adrian. I want to march into his office and tell him to stop. Stop buying me things, stop touching me, stop looking at me like that. But I do not, because a part of me does not want him to stop. That night I hear something, a crash. It is coming from Adrian's room. I get out of bed. I walk to his door. It is open a crack. I push it open. Adrian is sitting on the floor of his walk-in closet. His back is against the wall. His knees are pulled to his chest. He is breathing too fast. His hands are shaking. I say, "Adrian." He looks up. His eyes are unfocused. He says, "I am fine. Go back to bed." I say, "You are not fine. What is happening? Do I call someone?" He says, "No. Do not call anyone. They will leak it to the press. They always do." I walk into the closet. I sit down in front of him. I say, "Then tell me what to do." He reaches out. He grabs my hand. His grip is painful. He says, "Just stay. Please. I just need you to stay." I scoot closer. I pull him toward me. His head ends up against my chest. I wrap my arms around him. He is trembling. I run my hand through his hair. I say, "Breathe with me. In and out. You are okay. I am here." We stay like that for a long time. His breathing eventually slows. His body stops shaking. He does not let go of me. He whispers everyone in my life is transactional. My parents wanted a successor. My ex wanted my money. My employees want their paychecks. I pay you too, but you are the only one who looks at me like I am a person. Why? I say because you are a person. Money does not change that. He tilts his head up. His face is inches from mine. He says, I do not deserve you. I say you are paying me to be here. You are not holding me hostage. I stay because I want to. Something shifts in his eyes. For a second, I think he is going to kiss me, but he does not. He just closes his eyes and leans into me. We fall asleep on the floor of his closet. When I wake up in the morning, I am back in my own bed. I do not remember being carried. There is a blanket over me that smells like his cologne. We do not talk about it. 6 weeks in, and I cannot take it anymore. I do not know what this is. I do not know what he wants from me. I do not know if I am his employee or his companion or something he is trying to turn into a boyfriend without saying it out loud. I corner him in his office. I say we need to talk. He looks up from his computer. He says about what? I say about this. About whatever this is. You hired me as a housekeeper, but you do not let me do any housekeeping. You buy me expensive things. You touch me all the time. You had a panic attack and I held you and we fell asleep together. What are we doing, Adrian? He leans back in his chair. He says I am taking care of you. Is that a problem? I say it is confusing. I do not understand what you want from me. He stands up. He walks around the desk. He stops in front of me. He is so close I can feel the heat coming off him. He says, I want you here. I want you safe. I want you comfortable. I want to give you things because seeing you happy makes me happy. Is that so hard to believe? I say yes, because people like you do not do things for free. What do you want in return? He says nothing. I want nothing except for you to stay. I say I do not believe you. His jaw tightens. He says, then leave. The door is right there. I am not keeping you prisoner. I say if I leave, I have nowhere to go. You know that. That is why you can do this. Because I am trapped. His face changes. He looks hurt. He says, is that really what you think? That I am manipulating you. I say I do not know what to think. You blur every line. You act like my boyfriend, but you are my boss. You make me feel things I should not feel, and I do not know if you are doing it on purpose or if I am imagining it. He takes a step closer. He says you are not imagining it. My breath catches. I say what? He says I hired you because I wanted you here. I wanted you close. I wanted an excuse to see you every day. I have been selfish and I am sorry. But I will not apologize for wanting to take care of you. I say that is not fair. You have all the power here. I cannot say no to you even if I want to because you control my housing and my income. He says then I will fix it. I will set up a trust in your name. Enough money that you never have to work again. You can leave right now if you want. You will still be taken care of. I say I do not want your money. I want to know what you want from me. Do you want me as your employee? Your friend? Something else? Say it. He says I want you as mine. In every way. But I was too afraid to ask because I thought you would say no. I thought you would think I was buying you. I say you are buying me. He says no. I am offering. You can still walk away. But I am asking you to stay. Not as my housekeeper. As my partner. My equal. The person I come home to. The person I trust. The only person I want. I say, I am not your equal. Look at where we are standing. Look at what you own. Look at the clothes I am wearing that you paid for. He says then, I will give it all away. I will step down from my company. We will start over. Whatever you need to feel like we are on the same level. I say you do not mean that. He says, try me. I stare at him. I search his face for a lie. I do not find one. I say if I stay, it is not because you pay me. It is because I want to. because despite how insane this is, I care about you. But you have to stop controlling everything. You have to let me make my own choices. He says, okay, what do you choose? I say I choose to stay, but we do this my way. No more gifts without asking, no more decisions made for me. If this is going to be real, it has to be equal. He nods. He says, deal. Then he kisses me. And I kiss him back. The next month is perfect. We are not hiding anymore. We are together. Adrian still works insane hours, but he comes home to me. We cook dinner together. We fall asleep on the couch watching movies. He kisses me goodbye in the morning. But the outside world does not know, and that becomes a problem. Adrian's assistant schedules a business dinner with potential investors. Adrian's ex-fiancée will be there. Her family is one of the investors. It is expected. I say, do you want me to come? He hesitates. He says it might be better if you stay here. These people are traditional. If they see us together, they will ask questions I am not ready to answer. I say so I am a secret. He says no. You are mine. But I need more time to figure out how to handle this publicly. I say take all the time you need. He leaves. I sit in the empty penthouse. I feel like a kept man, like a dirty secret. 2 hours later, my phone buzzes. It is a photo. Someone sent it to me anonymously. It is Adrian at the restaurant. His ex-fiancée is sitting next to him. She is leaning close. Her hand is on his arm. He is smiling. The caption says, looks like the wedding is back on. I feel sick. I know it is business. I know he is just being polite. But it still hurts. He comes home late. I am sitting in the dark. He says, why are you still awake? I show him the photo. I say, is it true? Are you getting back together with her? He says, what? No. That dinner was a disaster. She spent the whole time trying to convince me to reconsider the engagement. I spent the whole time thinking about you. I say, but you did not tell her about me. He says no, because the second I do it becomes public, and the second it becomes public, we both become targets. The media will destroy you. They will call you a gold digger, a homewrecker. I am trying to protect you. I say I do not need protection. I need honesty. I need you to stop hiding me. He says, I am not hiding you. I am being strategic. I stand up. I say it feels the same to me. I go to my room. I lock the door. He does not follow. 3 days later, Adrian calls a press conference. I watch it on TV from the penthouse. He is standing in front of a dozen cameras. He says I am stepping down as CEO of Sinclair Technologies effective immediately. I am handing control to my vice president. I am doing this because I have realized that my personal life is more important than my professional one. A reporter asks why now. Adrian says because I am in love. And the person I love deserves better than to be hidden. He deserves to be chosen publicly. He deserves someone who is willing to risk everything for him. He looks directly at the camera. He says, Theo, if you are watching this, I am sorry. I am sorry I made you feel like a secret. You are not a secret. You are the best thing that has ever happened to me, and I do not care who knows it. The press explodes with questions. Adrian ignores them. He walks off the stage. 20 minutes later, he walks through the door of the penthouse. I am standing in the living room. I watch the whole thing. He says I meant every word. I say you just destroyed your career for me. He says no. I chose you over a job. There is a difference. I will find another job. I will never find another you. I say your family is going to disown you. He says they probably will. But I have spent my whole life trying to make them happy. I am done with that. He walks over to me. He takes my hands. He says, I know the power dynamic was wrong. I know I crossed lines. So I am fixing it. I am not your employer anymore. I am just a man who is in love with you. And I am asking if you feel the same. I say, yes, you idiot. I feel the same. But you did not have to give up everything. He says you gave up everything when you walked into that interview with $73 and no plan. You trusted me. Now I am trusting you. We will figure out the rest together. I kiss him. He kisses me back. It feels different now. It feels equal. The media was brutal for a while. They called me every name you can imagine. They said I seduced him for money. They said he was having a midlife crisis. His family cut him off completely. But Adrian did not care. He started a smaller consulting firm. He still works, but not 80 hours a week. I got a job at a publishing house. I make my own money now. We moved to a smaller apartment. We split the rent. His ex sent a wedding invitation last month. She married someone else. Someone more appropriate. We did not go. Sometimes love means walking away from everything you thought defined you. Sometimes it means choosing one person over an empire. And sometimes the person you rescue ends up rescuing you back. If you have ever had to choose between what was expected of you and what you really wanted, let me know in the comments. And if you made it this far, hit that like button and subscribe. I will see you in the next one.